Hello everyone, in this video I'll be explaining you the problem Alice and Bob, and it was asked in educational Codeforces Round 184 for division 2. So let's read out the problem. Alice and Bob have a bag with n marbles with the integer vi written on the ith marble. They play the following game. First, each player chooses an integer. Let's denote the integer chosen by Alice as A and the integer chosen by Bob as B. After that, they start drawing marbles from the bag in any order, okay, until the bag is empty. For each ball, the point goes to one whose chosen integer is close to the integer on the marble. Okay, so in a case of tie, Alice gets the points. Got it? So Alice, she'll get the point basically when there is a tie. I'll tell you, don't worry. So for example, if A is equal to 10, B is equal to 30, then for marbles with the integer having these values 10, 1, 7, 18 and 20, and many others, there are many other integers as well. So Alice gets the points. Note that she will get a point for the marble 20 as well, because if you see if the marble is 20, so difference is 10 in both the case, but Alice will get the point. I'll tell you this on the board. So for marble with integers 59, 25, 30, 21 and many others, Bob gets the points. So Bob has managed to find out in advance which integer Alice will choose. Help him to choose his integer in such a way as to maximize the number of points he receives. Okay, so in the input we have integer t test cases, and then in the first test case we have integers, two integers, and an a. N is basically number of marbles and a is basically the integer chosen by Alice, and b we'll have to find out. So let's try to take they've given 3 examples. Let's try to take one by one each examples. So we have 7, 21 and then 10 through 70 we have. So yeah, let's try to understand the problem. So n they've given is 7 and a they've given is 21. So the v is basically the array wherein marbles have the values 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and 70, right? So in the problem what they're saying is Alice, she will choose integer a, and Bob, he will choose integer b, right? So they have chosen these integers, and now they have given n marbles whose in marble the value is defined by vi, right? I is from 0 till n, and whatever value is close to a or b, that will be considered by the either Alice or Bob. What do by mean is that, so let's say vi minus a, let's take their absolute value. If its absolute value is lesser than equals to vi minus b, where b is Bob's. Why I'm taking lesser than equals to? Because if it is lesser, then obviously Alice gets the points. If it is not, then Bob gets the points. But if both are equal, so in that case Alice gets the points in the question they have said. So that's the reason I'm telling. If vi minus a less than equals to vi minus b, then Alice will get the point. Else Bob will get the point. So let's try to understand this. Okay, so Alice has chosen integer. If you draw this on a number line, let's say this is x, this is 0, this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and 70. So here we have 21, a is equal to 21. Okay, so this is the integer chosen by Alice. Now Bob has to choose the integer in such a way that he should be getting the maximum marbles. Okay, so now let's say if Bob takes some value, let's say 5. If he takes the value 5, so in that case, if it's the difference between 5 and 10 is 5, and the difference between 21 and 10 is 11, so in that case this marble will be chosen by Bob. And what about 20? So the difference between 5 and 20 is 15, but the difference between 21 and 20 is 1. So this marble will be chosen by, sorry, the 20th one will be chosen by Alice. So now since this B is behind A, so all these values will be all these marbles will be chosen by Alice. So we'll have to place this B in such a way that he will be getting the maximum number of the marbles. So whatever array they will give, so what our idea is that you need to sort that. Why sorting is needed? Because when you sort that, you can picture the marbles uh, in a number line. In the question they have given, you can choose the marbles in any order. So that's why we will sort that, and we will try to find the position wherein A is there, and accordingly we can place the B. How can we place B? So what if A is 21? So what I'll try to do is, if you try to take these two values, right, these two marbles, since A is here, the left side we have two marbles and the right side we have 1 2 3 4 5 marbles. So try to place marble in I mean take integer B in such a way that these 5 marbles we need to grab this. So let me take B as 22. When you take B as 22, so in that case, since this A is equal to 21 and this B is equal to 22, so whatever these values we have, right, so the difference between this value and 22, this value and 22, this value and 22 will be lesser than the 21, because see, we can generalize for every Vi greater than equals to B, the difference between Vi minus B will be less than Vi minus A, right, provided A is lesser than B. I think you understood this statement. What do I by mean is that if A is lesser than B, so whatever the value is on the right hand side, right, so after B, whatever I mean A is lesser, A is behind B, so whatever this value you are getting, that will be handled by B. So in the reverse case, let's say your B is behind A, you have somewhere here. So in that case, what you can do is you can place the values, I mean you can take the marbles which are left to the B of left to the B, and right to the B will be taken care by Alice only. So this is the pretty much problem statement. So this is a greedy solution. So okay, some other cases I will try to take. So in this case, there we can answer as some 33 or 37, but you can take in the question they have said you can print any answer. So you can take B as 22. When you take B as 22, so in that case, this marble will be taken by Alice, because A is 21. So 21 minus 10 is 11, but sorry, your B will be 22, but your 22 minus 10 is going to be 12. Since this is lesser, so this particular marble will go to Alice. Okay. In the similar way you can do it. So you can take now second marble as 20, this is going to be 1, again 20, this is going to be 2, again this difference is lesser, so this marble you will taken by Alice. Now what about the other marbles? Let's take 30 minus A is 21, this is going to be 9, but 30 minus 22 if you do, this is 8. So this is smaller, so Bob will take this marble. Similarly, all these marbles will be taken by Bob. So in this case, Bob will take 5 marbles. So let's try to 5 marbles will take, which is maximum possible, and the value they have chosen is 35, which is also correct, but 22 is also correct. Why 35 is also correct? If you try to take B as 35, okay, if you take B as 35, so this marble still be taken by Alice only, sorry, Bob only, because 35 minus 5 30 is 5, but 20 minus 30 is difference is 10. So this, from this marble they are taking, so any values you can print. So one of the values is 22. So one observation you guys will have to do. The observation is that so as I said, you need to sort the array. So all the marble values will go into your um, number line. So all the marble values you'll find here. You'll be having a value, some a value. So let's say all these marbles values are equals to a. I mean, obviously these are different points. It can't be like the marbles, like 3-4 marbles are having the same value. So this particular marble value is equals to a, let's say, right? The vi value whatever we have, it is equals to a, and this is here. So in that case, no matter what value take, what value will be b, I mean the Bob's value, still this particular marbles is going to be held by Alice only, because in the question they have said if there is a tie, so Alice will take. So that's why now in the problem statement what we need to find is the marbles which are having equals to a value. Once you find that value, so this obviously you can't take these marbles. Now Bob's approach is to maximize the value, maximize the marble. So what he'll do is he'll see how many marbles are there in the left and how many marbles are there in the right. So if left side having greater greater marbles than the right side, so obviously you try to take the value of b as a minus 1. When you take a minus 1, because this is particular a, one difference if you try to take, so the left side value whatever you are having, the differences will be smaller than the like vi minus b will be smaller than the vi minus a, right? Like the difference will be smaller than the difference with a. So yeah, this is the thing. Now in case of let's say right side, apart from this equal values whatever we have, so let's say you're comparing left and right side value is having more value. So in that case you try to take b as a plus 1. Why a plus 1? When you try to take just next value as b, so in that case whatever the marbles are on the right side, you can take Bob can take it. So this is a pretty much diagrammatically solution. I think you guys understood. What we need to find is we need to first sort the array. First step is sort the array. Second step is we need to find how many less elements. Since we have already sorted, we can find how many less elements are there by iterating from left to right, and we can find how many equals are there. Once we find less and equal, then greater elements will be obviously, like, since n elements are there, n minus how many equal elements are there minus less, this will give you greater elements. Now what we will try to find is that the let's say in the array all the elements are having same value, and that value is equals to the a value. What I'm trying to say, in one of the examples they've said, let's say a is 7 and all the values are in the array 7 only. So in that case Bob can't take any of the marble, because all these 3 marbles belong to Alice only. So if this is the case, then Bob can choose any integer. So if we can choose any integer, then we can choose b is equal to a also. So what we'll try to find is the equal element whatever we have, right? So we will try to find if this n number of elements in the array is equals to this equal elements, it means the elements are equals to a. If that is the case, which means all elements are having same value, so in that case your b is going to be a. Else we need to find the lesser value and greater value, as I said. So let's try to I think you guys have understood. Let's try to code it up. So we have test cases, and then we have n and a. So test case I have taken care of this position, and then for every test case we have integer n and integer a. So and then we have the marker values. Let's take one vector v of n, and let's take its values. Then we need to sort this vector. Okay, now we'll find less values. Initially it will be 0, equal value it is also 0. We'll run through the loop and we'll check if this v of I is lesser than a, your less v is going to increase. Else if your v of I is equals to a, your equal value is going to increase. Else definitely all values will be greater. So if that is the case, then we need to break it out. Now we'll find here greater value, which is going to be n minus equal minus less. Okay, now as I said, if you see this example, the last example, right? So it is like all array elements are having 7 values, I mean marble values, and then a is also 7. So in that case any integer can be chosen by Bob. So we'll have to check if this n number of elements in the array is equals to equal. Equal means all the values are equals to Alice integer. So in that case we can print definitely a. We can print anything, that's why I'm printing a. Else we need to check if this less is greater than equals to greater element. I mean less, I'm saying we can call it as left also, that will be good. So let me call it as left, and then this greater value I'll call it as right, which means we have a partition. I mean in between we have all equal values, and then left side value we have, and then right side value we have. If right side value is greater than equals to right, so in that case definitely like left side since you are choosing, so in that case your b is going to be a minus 1. Else since right side value you are taking, so b is going to be a plus 1. At the end, don't forget to put handle, because for every test case we'll have to print in different lines. So like here it is not passing, but we'll try to it is correct only, like it is some other value. Yeah, 500 correct. So we'll try to submit in this online editor. Problem name is Alice and Bob. Yeah, it got accepted. So in this way you could have easily solved the problem. So yeah, I've actually shifted my house, and from now on I'll be continuously giving the contest and then solving the problems, and then yeah, I'll be uploading on the YouTube. So thank you guys for watching the video.